What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of how we're going to be planting our tomatoes. It's finally spring here in South Jersey. It's been super cold. We have a lot of frost, but it's time to get these guys in the ground. So if we come in a little closer here, this is kind of our garden bed setup. We have our tomatoes, which will grow probably 8 feet tall in the back, and the peppers in the front. So there's no, so they all get equal amount of light. So here are all of our tomatoes. Not all. We have still some more in some seed mats and trays we got to bring out here, but this is one of the beds we're going to be planting today, and you can see these tomatoes are pretty ready to go. You can look at the roots here. They're nice and root bound, the nice root structures, and they're ready to get up potted, get some more nutrients, and go into the ground. So one thing I want to show you guys about tomatoes is it's kind of cool, are that if we unpot this guy, this is our Sweet 100 tomato. Again, great roots. If you come a little closer here, you can see that all of these suckers, they grow at 45 degree angles, and they will take energy from the plant. So you want to kind of try to single stem your tomatoes. So I'm going to pull all these suckers off just to focus the most energy. You can see it right here. There's a leaf and then the main stem and the sucker. Bang, pull that off. Same right here, the main stem, the leaf, pull that sucker off. That's one thing you definitely want to do before you're planting. And then on the base stem here, pull off any other green. That's important. It helps keep most of the energy to fruiting and to that main leader stem here, which is going to provide the most fruit and the easiest time on the root system. The next thing when planting that I see a lot of gardeners don't do when they plant tomatoes, and I think is pretty essential, is taking off the bottom leaves as well. Now, if you come again even closer here, you can see that, I don't know if you're just going to make it out, but there's these tiny hairs on the tomato stems. Little hairs, like hypodermic needles almost. They look like very small hairs. This one's a better example. You can see the hairs on the base of that. Well, all those hairs are basically root initials, and when they come in contact with moisture, they will root out very easily. So what I like to do is when I'm about to plant mine, I like to at least bury a third deeper. So I'm gonna take this leaf off, take this leaf off here, and you're better off using scissors or some sort of cutter to do this. And I probably will take this guy off here. And I'm gonna be burying this into here in the ground. So it will all have more chance to root out and the roots will spread easier on the surface. So now the time for planting. So again, you want a good spot. Tomatoes probably need 6 hours plus. This bed gets exactly that. We're kind of short on sun on this bed, but we're doing our best. So yeah, so now that we have our spot here, we're gonna dig out our little hole, and we have some wood chips down. We don't want to plant in the wood chips, you want to plant in the dirt. So depending on your own soil, you might need to amend it. Our soil is very healthy, so we have done amending over the prior years, but we don't like to amend too much. So we're just gonna dig a hole here. Bury this guy in deep. There we go. And just keep playing around with it. You know, you don't want to go too deep, but you want to make a decent sized hole, probably 2 times the size of the root ball here. So almost there, and there we go. We have our hole. Tomatoes fit snugly in. Now, once you have your tomato into the ground, you have 2 options you can do. You can either backfill with your native soil if it's rich and organic, which ours is, or you can buy store-bought in-ground soil and then backfill to add some nutrients. We're not going to do that because our soil is the best here. So we're just going to be planting our guy and covering him up really nice with this organic soil. And our soil is really nice. It's like a nice sand mixture we have here just natively. So the tomatoes thrive in this type of soil and they do really well here. So I'm just going to come up in here and bury up a little bit more. And then we're going to take our wood chips here and just cover as a mulch. So that's pretty much it. We have to do all of these today, but the cool thing about tomatoes is you can do the same thing in growing them in pots. You can take a 5-gallon bucket, plant a tomato, get huge yields. So that was a quick video. That's how I wanted to show you how you guys can plant a tomato. I probably will come over here with a granular fertilizer, an organic fertilizer, and just sprinkle it around the base. Let that seep in, work it into 2 inches of the soil, and give them a good water when I'm done this. So I'll show you the finished product of them all planted and watered. And if you have any questions, let me know. So let's get these planted and we'll come right back. Guys, before I finish this planting, there's one thing I did forget to mention, which is a big piece of planting tomatoes. So again, when you see these root structures really nice, it's not essential because we buried the base, but what you can do if you really wanted to is just break apart these roots down here. I find it with tomatoes, it's not the most essential thing, but just giving a little rough up will allow them to spread out better. Not essential with tomatoes because you have these hairs here that will all root out up the stem, but just helps it a little bit out. So I'm going to plant these and then let you know how it looks. Alrighty guys, so we have about half our tomatoes planted. Well, not even half, maybe only like 4. But just wanted to show you how it's looking here. You can see we buried them up deep down here, and they're up in here. We're gonna add some organic fertilizer on top and water these guys in really nice. That guy has a tomato. We still gotta label these. That's our Sun Gold Super Sweet 100. I'm not sure what those two are, but you can see they're very small, but they will grow up. That's why we have these stakes here behind them. They'll grow up those stakes up to about 8 feet. So that's how you plant a tomato. That's how I plant mine. Any questions, drop them in the comments, and yeah. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching again. All your support means a ton. Just wanted to show you how I plant tomatoes, because I know there's a lot of different methods, and that's pretty much the most standard one I found, and the one I like the best. So I'm happy it's spring. I'm happy to get the plants into the ground. I'm happy to get really gardening now that the weather's nicer. But that's the way I plant my tomatoes. I got about 15 more to plant around the yard. It's gonna take me all day. Not all day, but it's gonna take me a while. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you've made it this far, please subscribe, please comment, please like this video. It really helps me out. It helps just to get the channel more content. And if you have any questions on anything gardening related, I will try my best to answer it. But I have an array of fruits, an array of fruit trees, an array of vegetables. So I'll be able to help you and give you some tips and ideas on how to do that. So just leave them in the comments box. Again, thanks for watching, and keep on growing, guys.